So Matthew ends there and goes into him leaving Jerusalem and the Olivet Discourse. However, Mark and Luke have one more event that happens before that, which is that he goes before the treasury and sees the poor widow casting in 2 mites, and he says, "She out of her lack has given more than those who gave out of their abundance." So I'll put that story now. Mark: "And Jesus sat opposite the treasury, and beheld how the people cast money into the treasury." Luke just goes right to, "And he looked up and saw the rich men casting their gifts into the treasury." So it doesn't say where he is. Jesus sat opposite the treasury. Mark only. I think I'm going to have "and he looked up and beheld." Because when you look at something, it doesn't necessarily mean that you're noticing anything. Beholding is noticing. "And saw the rich men." Mark is "and beheld how the people cast in money into the treasury, and many that were rich cast in much." Luke goes right into rich men. Mark has people. Many were rich cast in much. So I'll go with people first, and then the split between those who are rich and the poor woman. "And beheld how the people." This will just be Mark. "And beheld how the people cast money into the treasury." Now Mark says, "And many that were rich cast in much." Luke: "And saw the rich casting their gifts into the treasury." I think the gift mentioned here in Luke is just the money. So I don't think I'd have to mention it twice. Maybe I could say how the people cast their gift into the treasury. And then, "and many that were rich cast in much." Or maybe I could say their money gifts. Yeah, that's what I'll do. That way I can have all of it. Casting. If I get rid of the word how, I can have casting instead of cast. And it would better fit with their money gifts. "And beheld the people casting their money gifts into the treasury," instead of how the people cast their money gifts. Because, to be honest, how they're doing it is not important. Or I don't think that's as important as what Jesus is about to focus on. It's the wholeheartedness behind. It's the why. So yeah, I'm going to do that. I'm going to get rid of how. Cast is both. Ing is only Luke. Their money gifts into the treasury is both. Mark continues with, "And many that were rich cast in much." I didn't have rich men. But instead of men, I'll just say many. Or I could say both. Many that were rich men cast in much. So this and is both, because I didn't use that and from earlier in Luke. Saw the rich men, but I already have beheld. Actually, I could have saw as well, because he beheld all the people and saw that specifically rich men cast in much. Yeah. So saw is Luke only. Mark. Instead of just the rich, it's many that were. Rich is both. I'm rethinking men. Saw many that were rich. Yeah, I'm not going to put the men. I'm going to exchange men for many. You don't need to say both. Mark. And there came a certain poor widow. Luke. And he saw also a certain poor widow. Did he see her, or did she arrive? I think I can have both. And he saw also there came a certain poor widow. Okay, that's easy enough. Mark has, and she threw in 2 mites, which make a farthing. Luke goes right into it without a comma, casting in there 2 mites. I think Mark is more descriptive. She shows up, she puts in her 2 mites, which make a farthing, and a widow put in 2 mites. It's too quick. And she threw in from Mark instead of casting. In is both. Luke has in there 2 mites. Now, I'm going to combine there with where it's mentioned in Mark earlier. There came. And she threw in 2 mites. Mark continues, which make a farthing.